Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Love and Life After Divorce. I am so excited to be here with you today. My name is Tiphany Kane, and I have been on quite a path, quite a journey to find love and to live a beautiful life after my divorce. And the purpose of this podcast is to bring you guys in on my journey and to bring in experts that have made a difference in my life as I've healed and recovered and thrived after divorce. We're going to talk about all kinds of things here. One of the things we're not going to do, though, is man bash. I believe in the inherent goodness of people, and even people that do bad things or difficult things or painful things often have their own wounds and are on their own journeys and their own paths. So my own story has a lot of pain in it, but I'm going to speak about it with compassion and not with bashing anybody or bringing anybody down or saying that anybody is bad. And so I think you'll find that a lot in this podcast, in the people that I bring on. They have quite a bit of compassion for their partners and the people that have been in their life in the past. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was raised in a very strict patriarchal religion. I mean, very strict. Some people call it a sect. Definitely wasn't a mainstream religion. And this will be the subject of a whole different podcast. I'm not going to go into depth on my upbringing at this moment, but it's important for you to know a little bit of my background in how this religious upbringing shaped me to get into a marriage that was very untrue to who I am at my core. So, girls in the religion I was raised in were trained to get married at a very young age and to be very good, very obedient, very subservient wives. The men were the heads of the households. Women had children, raised the children, made the food. It was challenging. Now, growing up, it was all I knew. And I loved it. I felt very much a part of a community. What I didn't realize is that that internal programming would set me up for a lot of pain because I had to really hide who I was my whole life. I ended up in a marriage to a man who has so many really terrific qualities. He's very artistic. He has a giant heart. He can be a teddy bear. Family is very important to him. But at the same time, he was also very, very wounded and often took those wounds out on me in a way that became abusive. And I was with him for 19 years and I walked on eggshells for that whole time. And it got to the point where I was being so untrue to who I was, and I was in so much pain that my own physical health started deteriorating rapidly. Here I was, a young mother of two children, being hospitalized, not once, but twice, for conditions nobody could explain. My blood pressure was uncontrolled. It was terrible. They thought I'd be having a stroke. My thyroid was going crazy. I had nodules. They couldn't control my levels in my thyroid. My kidneys were a mess. I was on 12 different medications and I was sick, sick, sick. It was as if the way I like to explain it is you can imagine a big raging thunderstorms, dark black clouds, thunder booming so loud the earth is shaking, lightning flashing, the air is sizzling with the flash. And I was this woman that fell over the edge of a cliff and was hanging on by bloody fingertips. And I was hanging on, and the wind was lashing me and whipping me, my hair lashing my face, my dress lashing around me. And I am holding on to the edge of this cliff with bloody fingernails, begging, begging to be let back up and for things to be okay. What I came to realize is I had to let go. I had to let go and take the leap, take the fall, and see where I would land. And that letting go was truly an act of self love, very painful act of self love. Falling very rarely is comfortable. But what it did was it landed me on a path to rediscovering myself. I would say just discovering myself, being that I'd been raised in a religion where I couldn't be who I was. So it led me on a path of discovering myself, making new friends. As many of you know, in a divorce, you end up losing most of your friends in your social circle. But this time around, I got to choose my friends, and I got to fill my life with people that filled me up. And I got to do things that filled me up and satisfied my soul. I got to explore. I got to say yes to things. I got to try things out. I got to stumble and fall and learn on my own. And it's really been a beautiful journey. So I'm 6 years out from divorce, and I'm really happy and healthy. Now, I'm not saying that I don't have my down days. I'm not saying that it's always easy. I'm a single mom of 2 boys, and life can get really challenging, and co-parenting can be challenging, and paying the bills on your own can be challenging. But those are challenges. They're not pain, and they're challenges I enjoy. And as I've traveled down this path, I've actually stumbled into opening myself up to a great, amazing love. Um, and it feels so good. It feels so good to be loved for who I am, not who somebody wants me to be. And I think I got there, and I think I've been able to be in this wonderful, loving relationship because I traveled this path of learning who I am and learning to love myself and learning to love my life and bring joy and fun and curiosity and self-awareness into my life. And I think it will be a journey for the rest of my life to stay truthful, to stay on a path of integrity, to stay honest to myself. But it's a really fun path to be on. So the goal of this podcast is to introduce you guys to the people who have inspired me, the authors, the friends, the the soul teachers that I've encountered in my life that have made such a massive, huge difference for me, so that hopefully they can help make a massive, huge difference for you. I'm also creating a community of women that want to come together and be a community that supports each other through the difficulties and the joys and the challenges and the heartache and the expansiveness that is this path after divorce. So if you are interested in joining my community of women, I'll put the link below. We'd love for you to join us. And if you're interested in just listening, coming to the podcast and listen, I hope this podcast brings you some joy, some happiness, some insight, some ahas, and helps you down your path of healing and loving your life after divorce.